class 10. Welcome back to your English class. In the continuation of our previous video lesson, we are going to cover the next part 2 of our chapter, The 100 Dresses. This is chapter number 6 from book First Flight. Before we start reading this chapter, let us have a recap of part 1. We have learned that this is a story about a Polish girl, Wanda Petronsky, who was a poor girl and who became the butt of her friends' jokes because of having unfamiliar name and because of repeating one blue faded dress every day to school. Peggy started asking about the number of dresses she had, and then it turned into a dress game. She used to ask her again and again about the possessions, how many dresses she had, how many shoes she had, how many hats she had. For that, Wanda always responded in affirmation that she had 100 dresses lined up in her closet. Then we have learned somewhere that Maddie was not liking this dress game. She wanted to stop Peggy, but she couldn't gather the courage to stop her, as she was afraid that she would be the next target of Peggy, as she was also poor. Then we have learned that even Peggy was not a cruel girl. She was not mean. She was not doing this intentionally. She just wanted to know why Wanda has created or made up this story, or why she was telling lie about the 100 dresses she had. Then we have learned that Wanda was absent for a few days without any prior information, and then at the end we came to know that there was a drawing competition, and that drawing competition was won by Wanda, and here only the classmate discovered her hidden talent of drawing, and then the teacher gave permission to them to get around and have a close look of the drawings prepared by Wanda. So now we will discover that why Wanda was absent, whether that girl rejoined the school, whether she came after the result to collect her prize, or whether the girls changed their behavior, or they as they realized that the girl was having a hidden talent, whether they said sorry or they became friends with Wanda. Let's see what had happened next. While the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. Then she clapped her hands. Attention class, everyone back to their seat. Now we know that the children are roaming around to look at the drawings made by Wanda. So by the time the monitor of the class brought a note for Miss Mason for the class teacher from the principal's office, and Miss Mason read it several times, multiple times, and studied it carefully for a while because she couldn't believe what was written in it. And finally she clapped her hands. She decided to share it with the class. So as the children were busy in looking around, so to get their attention, she clapped her hands and gave a command them to be back on their seats. When the shuffling of feet had stopped and the room was still and quiet, Miss Mason said, "I have a letter from Wanda's father and I want to read to you." Now, when the dragging of the feet, when the noise of the feet as the children were coming back to their seats stopped, there was no movement and the class was silent. Then Miss Mason announced that she had received a letter from Wanda's father and she wanted everyone to listen it. Miss Mason stood there a moment and the silence in the room grew tense and expectant. The teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately. Her manner indicated that what was coming, this letter from Wanda's father, was a matter of great importance. Everybody listened closely as Miss Mason read the brief note. Now Miss Mason silenced for a while, which created an atmosphere of tension, and the children were getting eager to know that what was the matter, what the teacher wanted to convey to them. She adjusted her specs, which made a clear indication to the children, which gave a clear hint to the children that something serious was there which the teacher wanted to convey. So then she announced that this was the letter. She received a letter from Wanda's father and it was a matter of great importance. So everyone was listening carefully now when she was reading the note. Let us read the note. Dear teacher, my Wanda will not come to your school anymore. Jake also. Now we move away to big city. No more Holler Pollack. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Jan Petronsky. Now the letter starts with the address to the class teacher. This letter was for the class teacher only, in which Wanda's father was informing to the class teacher that Wanda will not come to her school anymore. Jake also. Here we are getting the information about Wanda's family as well. Jake, her younger brother, the father is informing that Jake, her younger brother, even her younger brother will not come to school. Means her both children will not come to school anymore. Now we move away to big city, and then he is giving the reason that they are moving to a big city, and the reason to move to big city is also the atmosphere of the school only. No more holler Pollack. Pollack is the word which is used for the people belongs to Poles. ठीक है, Poles या Polish people के लिए ये word use होता है. और holler is a slang which is used for a loud cry or shout. So he is telling that no more making fun of her name. No one will ask why funny name, why the girl was having funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city, because he is telling that they are moving to a big city and there are plenty of people from the different cultures, different traditions. So no one will, there are number of people with unusual names. So in big city no one will tease the girl because of having an unusual name. So yours truly, Jan, and it ended with his name, his father's name, Jan Petronsky. A deep silence met the reading of this letter. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them, and wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. Then she put them on and again and looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was very low. Now, as she finished reading that letter, a deep silence was there in the classroom. Miss Mason took off her glasses. She cleaned them with her hanky, and then she put them on again and looked at the class. And because she was very upset after getting this information that this girl has left the school, and because of the teasing and bullying which has been done by the classmates only, so the teacher was now feeling very upset. She was sad, and that's why she was speaking in a very low voice, low tone. I am sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would purposely or deliberately hurt anyone's feeling because his or her name happened to be a long, unfamiliar one. Now the teacher, the class teacher, is telling the class that she was very much sure, because the class teachers are always having faith on their the children which are studying in the class, so they are having a different kind of attachment with the children. So she is telling that she was sure that none of the boys and girls of class would done it purposely or deliberately to hurt anyone's feeling because his or her name was a long or unfamiliar one. She conveyed her disappointment to the class and asked them to ensure her that nothing was done purposely to hurt Wanda. And here she is giving a benefit of doubt to the children that everything they did was done unintentionally because the girl was having a long and unfamiliar name. I prefer to think that what was said in thoughtlessness. I know that all of you feel the way I do, that this is a very unfortunate thing to have happened, unfortunate and sad both, and I want you all to think about it. Now the teacher is telling that whatsoever has happened was really unfortunate and sad, and she also advised the children to think about it, to introspect what they have done to Wanda. The first period was a study period. Maddie tried to prepare her lesson, but she couldn't put her mind on her work. Now we can see the impact of the letter on Maddie, that it was the first lesson and it was a study period, and Maddie tried to concentrate on her studies, but she couldn't concentrate. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. Now she was feeling sick because she was in the state of guilt. true she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet. It was true that Maddie had never enjoyed the dress game. Whenever Peggy teased that girl by asking how many dresses she had in her closet, Maddie was not enjoying. She wanted to stop Peggy, but she had said nothing, but she could not stop her. She had never said Peggy to stop this game. She had stood by silently. She was always a silent spectator there, and that was just as what Peggy had done, or she was thinking that it was as bad as Peggy had done. To see something wrong happening silently was also similar to do something wrong. So worse, maybe it was worse. She was a coward. She was calling herself a coward who couldn't collect the courage to stop Peggy. At least Peggy hadn't considered they were being mean. She was feeling very bad because she was aware that Peggy's intentions were not to hurt Wanda. She was not aware that her game hurts her feeling, but Maddie had thought they were doing wrong. But Maddie was aware of its impact because she herself was a poor girl, and she couldn't put herself in Wanda's shoes, but yet she stood silent, which made her a coward and for not standing against what was wrong happening with Wanda. Goodness, wasn't there anything she could do? If only she could tell Wanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. Now she was filled with regret, and she wished that she could do something. At least she wanted a chance to tell Wanda that she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy. Glance means to give a quick look. She turned around and she quickly looked at Peggy, but Peggy didn't look up. But Peggy didn't pay attention at Maddie. She seems to be studying hard. She was completely concentrating on her studies. Well, whether Peggy felt bad or not, Maddie, had to do something. Now, Maddie was thinking whether Peggy felt bad or not, whether she wanted to say sorry or not, but Maddie had to do something. Maddie herself has to do something. She had to find Wanda Petronsky, and she was deciding to find that girl. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Then she was just expecting that perhaps that girl had not left the city yet. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her. Then she was thinking that maybe Peggy would also go with her to Boggins Height, and then they would tell Wanda she had won the contest, and then they could inform Wanda that she had won the contest, and then they thought that she was smart, and the 100 dresses were beautiful. Then they would tell Wanda that they were wrong, they misjudged that girl, and now they came to know that she was a smart girl, and the 100 dresses which she had thrown were beautiful. Now we are having an oral comprehension. What did Mr. Petronsky's letter say? Jack Petronsky letter. It informed that Wanda will not continue the school, Wanda and her brother, because of the teasing or bullying which happened in the classroom, which was done by the classmates. Because of that, Wanda would not continue her school. Is Miss Mason angry with the class, or is she unhappy or upset? As we have learned that the teacher has given the benefit of doubt that the class has done unintentionally, as the girl was having an unfamiliar name. So definitely she was not angry with the class, but yes, she was very unhappy and upset. How does Maddie feel after listening to the note from Wanda's father? She was feeling guilty. She wanted to say sorry to Wanda. She wanted to find the girl, and she was thinking that she was worse than Peggy, as whatsoever Peggy was doing was unintentionally, but at the same time Maddie was very well aware that what wrong was happening with Wanda. What does Maddie want to do? She wanted to go to Boggins Height, and she wanted to say sorry to Wanda and tell her that they misjudged her, and now they knew that she was a smart girl. Now we will When school was dismissed in the afternoon, Peggy said with pretended casualness, "Hey, let's go and see if that kid has left town or not." Now, when the school ended in the afternoon, Peggy, in a very casual manner, asked Maddie to go and check if that kid means Wanda has left the town or not. So Peggy had the same idea. Maddie glowed. So now Maddie was satisfied to find that even Peggy had the same plan to go and apologize the girl. Peg was really alright. The two girls hurried out of the building. Now they moved out of the school building up the street towards Boggin Heights, the part of the town that wore such a forbidding air, forbidding with an unfamiliar or threatening kind of atmosphere. On this kind of a November afternoon, drizzly, damp and dismissal. Damp and dismissal means wet or sad, here expressing a state of hopelessness. So the two girls hurried out of the school building and they just started moving towards Boggin Heights where Wanda lived. And the writer is telling that this part of town wore an unfamiliar air and it was wet and it was filled with a sad atmosphere. Well, at least, said Peggy gruffly. Gruffly is an adverb which means roughly. So, I never did call her a foreigner or make fun of her name. So here Peggy in a rough manner saying, well, at least she had never called her a foreigner as she immigrated from a foreign country, but she had never called her a foreigner. She is actually trying to console herself and she is telling that she had never made fun of her name. I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. And Peggy here is adding that she was in a thought that Wanda was so dumb she didn't have those senses that she could realize that the girls were making fun of her. I thought she was too dumb. And Gee is an interjunction which shows the surprise or wonder. It is a slang which is used to express surprise or wonder. And Gee, look how she can draw. Now she was surprised that how she could draw such beautiful drawings. Maddie could say nothing. But on the other hand, Maddie couldn't say anything. All she hoped was that they would find Wanda. वो सिर्फ यही होप कर रही है that they would find Wanda, that Wanda would not leave the city till now. She wanted to tell her that they were sorry, they had picked on her, and how wonderful the whole school thought she was, and please not to move away, and everybody would be nice. She just wanted to tell Wanda that they were sorry on their behavior, that they had picked that girl, they had teased that girl, and she also wanted to tell that how wonderfully the school thought right now about her, that she was a wonderful artist, how amazed all the classmates are on finding her hidden talent, and she also wanted to convince her not to move away, not to leave the city and continue with the school, and everybody would be nice. And she also wanted to convey her, or she also wanted to convince her that she had the idea to protect her. Now everyone will be nice with her. She and Peggy would fight anybody who was not nice, or even she wanted to tell her that if now onwards if anyone would try to tease her, then she, Maddie and Peggy would protect her and they would fight with those people who will try to tease her. The two girls hurried on. They hoped to get to the top of the hill before dark. Now because it was getting dark, so they hurried up. They increased their speed to reach the place. I think that's where the Petronskis live, said Maddie, pointing to a little white house. They saw a white little house up there, which Maddie thought was the place where Wanda lived. Wisps of old grass stuck up here and there along the pathway like thin kittens. Wisp means bunches. So thin bunches of grass grew along the path that led to the house, and the writer is telling that they resembled thin kittens. The house and its sparse little yard looked shabby and clean. The house and its sparse means its surroundings were shabby but clean. It reminded Maddie of Wanda's one dress, her faded blue cotton dress, shabby and clean. और ये उन लड़कियों को रिजेंबल करवा रही है, रिमाइंड करवा रही है about the old, about the faded blue dress which she used to repeat every day. It also looked shabby but always clean. There was not a sign of life about the house. Peggy knocked firmly on the door. Not a sign of life means no one could be seen around the house. Peggy knocked firmly means with the force, with the strength on the door, but there was no answer. But they couldn't get any response from the house. She and Maddie went around to the backyard and knocked there. Even they went at the backyard door also. They tried to knock from that side also. Still there was no answer. But there was no answer. There was no doubt about it. The Petronskis were gone. How could they ever make amends? Make amends means to show that one is sorry by doing something good. So there was no response from the house, so now there was no doubt that the family had already gone. Now the girls were thinking how would they amend their behavior. They turned slowly and made their way back down the hill. Now they just returning to their home. Well, anyway, said Peggy, she has gone now, so what can we do? Besides, when I was asking her about all her dresses, she probably was getting good ideas for her drawing. She might not even have won the contest otherwise. Now they have lost their last chance, so Peggy was saying that what could they do now? They have to return to their home. But in order to comfort herself, she again started saying that Wanda must get inspirations from the questions which she used to ask from Wanda, that how many dresses she had. So she was thinking that she got the idea, or that questions only inspired her to think about such beautiful dresses, and that's why only she won the contest. Turned this idea carefully over in her head, for if there were nothing in it, she would not have to feel so badly. Maddie also tried to convince her after what Peggy had said, but if this is the case, she doesn't have to feel so bad. But that night she could not get to sleep. But later, when she tried to sleep, she couldn't sleep. She thought about Wanda and her faded blue dress and the little house she had lived in. She kept on thinking about Wanda and her faded dress and the house, the poor condition in which the girl was living, and she thought of the glowing picture, those 100 dresses made all lined up in the classroom. And she was thinking about the 100 dresses, glorious, bright, colorful 100 dresses that were lined up in the classroom. Those pictures were reminding herself again and again. At last, Maddie sat up in bed and pressed her forehead tight in her hand and really thought. She was not able to sleep at last, and then she get up and she sat on her bed and she pressed her forehead tightly in her hands, and she was really thinking. And this was the hardest thinking she had ever done. और ऐसा शायद इतनी कंसंट्रेशन के साथ वो पहली बारी सोच रही थी. After a long time she reached an important conclusion, and after thinking deeply for a long time, she came to a conclusion that she was never going to stand by and say nothing again, that she will always stand against the wrong and will never say nothing when she has to do. So this was the final decision has been taken by Maddie, that she realized that to be a silent spectator of a wrong act is as wrong as doing something wrong. If she ever heard anybody picking on someone because they were funny looking or because they had strange names, she had speak up even if it meant losing Peggy's friendship. She had no way of making things right with Wanda, but from now on she would never make anybody else that unhappy again. So finally, Maggie has decided that she is not going to happen such kind of teasing with someone because they are funny looking or they had strange names. So whenever something is going to happen again in front of her, she would speak up, and she would speak up even on the cost of losing Peggy's friendship. शी हैड नो वे ऑफ मेकिंग थिंग्स, और उसके पास कोई रास्ता ही नहीं है इन चीज़ों को ठीक करने का. Whatsoever happened with Wanda, if she wanted to correct it, if she wanted to actually say sorry and she is not getting, if she wanted to amend her act, then this is the only way she could amend, that in future she would not allow anyone to do something wrong with anyone in front of her. But from now she would never make anybody else that unhappy again. वो ऐसा सर्कमस्टांसेस किसी और के लिए क्रिएट नहीं होने देगी. What excuses does Peggy think up for her behavior and why? Now, what were the excuses she was giving? First, she was giving that she had never said her a foreigner, and she had never made fun of her name. And then the next excuse she was giving, that because of her teasing or because of asking questions about the dresses only, gave Wanda an idea to draw such beautiful dresses. What are Maddie's thoughts as they go to Boggin's height? She was thinking to say sorry, or she was thinking to convince her to stay, not to move to the other city. She was thinking to tell that how the classmates are thinking now about her when they find about her hidden talent. Why does Wanda's house remind Maddie of Wanda's blue dress? Because it was in the same state, it was shabby but at the same time clean. What does Maddie think hard about? What important decision does she came to? Maddie thought about amending her behavior, and the decision which she has taken, that she was not going to allow the same thing happen with anyone else in front of her. On Saturday, Maddie spent the afternoon with Peggy. They were writing a letter to Wanda Petronsky. It was just a friendly letter telling about the contest and telling Wanda she had won. They told her how pretty her drawings were, and they asked her if she liked where she was living and if she liked her new teacher. They had meant to say they were sorry, but it ended up with they are just writing a friendly letter, the kind they would have written to any good friend, and they signed it with lots of X's for love. They mailed the letter to Boggin's Height, writing please forward on the envelope. So now we are reading that finally those girls got the courage to write a letter to Wanda or they decided to write a letter to Wanda to amend their behavior. On Saturday, both were together and they were writing a letter telling Wanda about the contest and telling her that she won the contest and asking her where she is living now and how's the place and how's her new teacher. They had meant to say, they wanted to say sorry, they wanted to apologize, but they couldn't again gather the courage to do so or to write it in the letter. So they ended up the letter with a friendly manner only, as if Wanda was their good friend, and they just ended it with lots of X's. X's भी एक आप एक्सप्रेशन के लिए यूज़ करते हैं, मीन्स lots of hugs and to express your love. They mailed it to Boggin's Height. अब उन्होंने उसको बॉगिन्स हाइट पर मेल कर दिया, बट दे नो दैट द गर्ल हैड ऑलरेडी लेफ्ट दैट प्लेस, सो दे हैड रिटन ऑन द एनवेलप प्लीज़ फॉरवर्ड, मीन्स please forward it to the new address of this person because they don't know the new address of Wanda. Days passed and there was no answer, but the letter did not come back. So maybe Wanda had received it. Perhaps she was so hurt and angry she was not going to answer. You could not blame her. So there was no reply from Wanda, but they did not receive the letter back. So they concluded that it must have reached Wanda, but she was so upset that she didn't answer, and they could not blame her for the response. Weeks went by and still Wanda did not answer. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business, and Maddie put herself to sleep at night making speeches about Wanda, defending her from great crowd of girls who were trying to tease her with how many dresses have you got. And before Wanda could press her lips together in a tight line the way she did before answering, Maddie would cry out, "Stop!" Then everybody would feel ashamed the way she used to feel. So they waited for weeks but still no answer. So Peggy began to forget about the whole thing. While Maddie used to make speeches in her head, she used to think about the whole situation before sleeping, where she defended Wanda, जहाँ उसे लगता है कि अब in future if Wanda would be surrounded by the girls and again she would be asking about how many dresses she had, and as soon as anyone could say more or Wanda would try to answer, Maddie would interrupt and she would say stop, and then all of them would feel ashamed as Wanda used to feel. Now it was Christmas time and there was snow on the ground. Christmas bells and a small tree decorated the classroom. On the last day of school before the holidays, the teacher showed the class a letter she had received that morning. Now it was Christmas time and they were having their Christmas holidays, and it was the last working day of the school before the holidays, and a small tree was decorated in the classroom, and the teacher showed the class a letter which she had received that morning. You remember Wanda Petronsky, the gifted little artist who won the drawing contest? Well, she has written me and I am glad to know where she lives because now I can send her medal. I want to read her letter to you. Now the teacher informed the class. First she asked them to remember Wanda Petronsky, the little artist who won the drawing contest, and then she expressed her happiness that that girl had written her, and now the teacher was happy to know the address of the girl because now she would able to send her the medal which she had won by winning that drawing contest. I want to read her letter to you. The teacher had informed the class that she wanted to read that letter for the class as well. The class sat up with a sudden interest and listened intently because it was the Christmas time. So the children were busy in decorating the class. So as soon as the teacher announced it that she had received the letter and she wanted to read it for the class, so the class settled down with a sudden interest and they started listening carefully. Dear Miss Mason, how are you and room 13? Please tell the girls they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have a hundred new ones all lined up in my closet. I had liked that girl Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress with the red trimmings and her friend Maddie to have the blue one. For Christmas I missed that school and my new teacher doesn't equalize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. Yours truly, Wanda Petronsky. So the letter starts with a friendly note and it addressed to Miss Mason. Wanda inquired how was everyone, how was the teacher and her classmates, and she informed Miss Mason to tell all the girls that they could keep those drawings of 100 dresses because in her new house she had a new 100 dresses all lined up in her closet, and she specifically mentioned that the green dress, the drawing of the green dress with the red frills and decorations could be given to Peggy and her friend Maddie could have the blue one. And then she just ended the letter by wishing everyone Merry Christmas, and she also informed that she missed her school, and she expressed her love or her affection towards Miss Mason by writing that her new teacher could never replace Miss Mason. Then she just ended up by wishing Merry Christmas to everyone. On the way home from school, Maddie and Peggy held their drawings very carefully. All the houses had wreaths holly in the window. Outside the grocery store, hundreds of Christmas trees were stacked, and in the windows, candy, peppermint sticks, and cornucopias of shiny transparent paper were strung. The air smelled like Christmas, and light shining everywhere reflected different colors on the snow. So it was Christmas season, and all the houses were decorated. Grocery stores were stocked with Christmas trees, candy, peppermint sticks, or other shining or Christmas stuff has created a very colorful and joyful atmosphere. And the writer is telling that the girls, Paddy and Maggie, took home the drawings very carefully. When Peggy realized, boy, said Peggy, this shows she really likes us. It shows she got our letter, and this is her way of saying that everything's all right, and that's that. And she realized that these gestures of Wanda implied that she liked them, and they also assumed that she got their letter and everything was peaceful between them. And this is the way to tell. This is the way of Wanda to tell this. I hope so, said Maddie sadly. She felt sad because she knew she would never see the little tight-lipped Polish girl again and couldn't ever really make things right between them. And Maddie sadly responded to this, I hope so, that this would be actually the gestures of Wanda to showing that everything was fine between them. She felt sad because she knew that she would never able to see that little girl, little tight-lipped Polish girl. Tight-lipped girl क्यों बोला जा रहा है उसको? Because she always remained silent, couldn't ever really make things right between them, and she was sad that she would never get a chance to get the things right, get a chance to amend her behavior. She went home and she pinned her drawing over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. The shabby room came alive from the brilliancy of the colors. Maddie sat down on her bed and looked at the drawing. She had stood by and said nothing, but Wanda had been nice to her anyway. Now she went home. Maddie went home. She reached home and she just pinned her drawing on the part of the wall where her pink flower wallpaper was slightly torn, because she belongs to a poor family, तो उसका घर भी इतना अच्छा नहीं है. द शेबी रूम केम अलाइव, और बताया जा रहा है कि वो जो शेबी रूम है उसका इट जस्ट केम इन टू लाइफ विद द कलरफुल ड्राइंग. Maddie sat down on her bed and she just sat down and she looked at the drawing. She just looking at the drawing very carefully. She had stood by and said nothing. और उस एकदम से वो खड़ी होती है, वो कुछ नहीं बोलती, बट वांडा हैड बीन नाइस टू हर एनीवे. और शी रियलाइज दैट वांडा, हाउ नाइस वांडा हैड बीन टू them, that she had given this drawing to them. Tears blurred her eyes and she gazed for a long time at the picture. Then hastily she rubbed her eyes and studied it intently. The colors in the dress were so vivid that she had scarcely noticed the face and head of the drawing, but it looked like her, Maddie. It really looked like her own mouth. Why it really looked like her own self. Wanda had really drawn this for her. Excitedly she ran over to Peggy's. Now tears blurred means she started crying. The tears started rolling down her eyes when she noticed, when she looked at the picture carefully. Then hastily she rubbed her eyes, और उसने अपनी आइज़ को रब किया, बिकॉज शी हैड नोटिस समथिंग. एंड व्हाट हैड शी नोटिस दैट वो कलरफुल ड्रेस के कलर्स इतने विविड थे दैट शी स्कार्सली उन्होंने एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट जो एस्पेक्ट था ड्राइंग का दैट दे हैव मिस्ड, दैट एक्चुअली द फेस एंड हेड ऑफ द ड्राइंग वॉज ऑफ द गर्ल्स ओनली। वो जो ब्लू ड्रेस थी उसमें जो गर्ल्स थी who was wearing that dress was Maddie herself. It really looked like her own mouth. ये बिल्कुल मैडी को रिजेंबल कर रही थी. Why it really looked like her own self, और ये मैडी जैसी क्यों लग रही थी? Wanda had really drawn this for her because this dress was actually drawn for Maddie only. Excitedly, Maddie ran over to Peggy's house. Peg, she said, let me see your picture. And now she was excited to see Peggy's picture because she wanted to confirm whether Peggy's picture was also having Peggy's face. What's the matter? Asked Peggy. As Peggy was not aware about this fact, so she asked what's the matter as they cluttered up to her room where Wanda's drawing was lying face down on the bed. जहाँ पर वो बेडरूम में पहुँचते हैं जहाँ बेड पर जो है उसकी पिक्चर उसने उल्टी रखी हुई है. पैगी ने अभी तक उसको कोई कहीं प्लेस नहीं दिया. शी जस्ट leave it on the bed and it was lying face down. Maddie carefully raised it. बड़ी उसने carefully उसे उठाया. Look, she drew you. उसने कहा देखो, your face is there. She has drawn your picture. That's you. वो तुम हो. She exclaimed. And the head and face of this picture did look like Peggy. And when they noticed, actually the head, the girl who was wearing that dress was Peggy herself. Did I say? Said Peggy. She must have really liked us anyway. Yes, she must have, agreed Maddie. And she blinked away the tears that came every time she thought of Wanda standing alone in that sunny spot in the schoolyard, looking stolidly over at the group of laughing girls after she had walked off, after she had said, sure, 100 of them, all lined up. So Peggy exclaimed here that she was right about the thought that Wanda liked them. And Maddie, whose eyes get filled with tears every time she recalled about Wanda, about the scenes where Wanda would look at the girls laughing at her in the schoolyard, also agreed with Peggy that yes, Wanda liked them. Now we have another oral comprehension. What did the girls write in the letter? They wrote a friendly letter to Wanda. They wanted to apologize and they asked her about her new school and teacher. They informed her about her winning the drawing competitions. Did Maddie and Peggy get a reply? No, they didn't get the reply from Wanda. Who was more anxious for a reply? Maddie was more anxious because she was very upset and she was feeling sad. How do you know? Because she assumed that Wanda was deeply hurt, so she didn't reply and she was blaming herself. She used to have sleepless nights. How did the girls know that Wanda liked them even though she had teased her? Both realized that Wanda liked because she had gifted them the two beautiful dresses, a green one with red trimmings to Peggy and the blue one to Maddie. She had drawn their faces also in the paintings of those dresses they got, so they thought that Wanda liked them. So this was our chapter. In this part we have learned that Wanda left the school without any prior information. She does not even attend the school when she was being announced a winner, and her father writes a letter to Miss Mason about the reason. The students feel ashamed for their behavior, especially Peggy and Maddie, and then they both realize their mistake and they write a letter to Wanda in a friendly manner, and Wanda replies and requests Miss Mason to give her two drawings to Peggy and Mandy. This shows that the girl was not having any grudge for her, and because those two girls were in the feeling of guilt, so after getting this gift from Wanda they were a bit relieved. So this was for today. I will see you in my next class. Till then, bye bye.